And now I'm going to report the part of personal administration, which is the setting of personal administration and the personal administration and the civil service system. Personal administration. Setting of personal administration. Personal administration is one of the organization's major linkage with its environment. O. Glenn Stahl says, it applies in microcosm the values, the ethics, the philosophy of the environment, and it turn influences the environment. Personal administration is something of a state of mind. It is an attitude compounded, understanding both the forces which shape manpower, needs, supply, and problems. At the same time, the importance of human will and personality. It is the enlightenment in the fusing of organizational goals with individual needs. The important human needs to achieve, to be creative, to perform satisfying work is consistent with the essence of organization. Historically, public personal administration in the Philippines began first with the establishment of government system. Its formal and legitimate growth came with the establishment of the Philippine Civil Service System on January 20, 1899, instruction of American President William McKinley. To meet the personal administration needs in the government, the Civil Service Commission was made constitutional office by the framers of 1973 Constitution of the Philippines. One of the activities that gives promise of keeping government an effective as well as potent force in a modern society is administration of public personal policy in a manner that will maintain and improve the quality and motivation of all civil statements. Stahl's concept brought the reality that personal administration cannot be properly viewed as an isolated entity or concept. It permits the entire organizational structure and process and people. It is the action of the management as well as its lowly employed. It is not only any part of the administrative machinery, but it is the cornerstone. The political environment of personal administration. Government is both a social and political institution, and as political institution, it involves political environment, not only within its organizational structure but also with its external environment. Expected there that its personal policies are greatly affected by political decision. The human element of personal administrative, speaking of motivation and productivity as a Filipino author point out. Motivation, as established by researchers in behavioral science, comes from the inside each individual. Fundamental human needs such as air, food, and shelter as well as the sense of belonging, ego, satisfaction act as powerful, although unconscious motivators of behavior. Thus, inner motivation can be more decisive for behavior than any external influence. When a basic need is adequate met, it loses power as a motivator and no longer that is determinate that individual's current behavior. But when that need is blocked, the person becomes a sick man. For every individual, basic needs take effect as though they are arranged in hierarchy. This arrangement is not rigid. Lower level needs do not have to be determinate for behavior. However, different needs have priority at different times. Personnel, administration, and civil service system. For the efficiency of administration, former President Ferdinand E. Marcos of Republic of the Philippines said that the administrative machinery of the government must be restricted and accomplishing such tasks. Personal administration should be given paramount consideration for all tasks of government. Managing human resources is the central and most important task. On the other hand, public service will depend primarily on the civil service, the core of public administration. The civil service is the professional body of people who have made of the government service that is governed by the merit principle. The Constitution of the Philippines mandates that the requirements and benefits of the civil service embraces every branch, agency, subdivision, and instrumentality of the government, including government-owned or controlled corporation. For the Philippine service system to be operated effectively, however, it requires that certain conditions be fulfilled. It requires that it should be politically neutral. It calls also for the selection of any appoint in any government position to be based not on partisan consideration but be made strictly on the basis of merit and fitness. The Constitution has for its primary purpose that recruitment of government personnel is not to be made on the basis of the indiscriminate or whimsical method of selection or on consideration of friendship, kindship, partnership, social or political connections, merit, and fitness as qualitative factors in the selection of civil servants have preference to personal qualification for competence and ability to perform the official task. As pointed out earlier, appointments in the civil service, except those which are highly technical in the nature, shall be made only according to merit and fitness, to be determined as fast as practicable by competitive examination. This means that the candidates must have the specified educational attainment, experience, and civil service eligibilities. Eligibility is just one way of determining the merit and fitness of an individual who wants to enter the government service. It is just one of the requirements for appointment to position. Personal administration is one of many specialized fields of administration. It is considered its most important field. For one thing, personnel administration could be viewed as the totality of concern with human resource of an organization, as mandated by Constitution of the Philippines. The Civil Service Commission is primarily responsible for the establishment and maintenance of career service and the promotion of moral efficiency and integrity in the civil service of the Philippines. Personal administration is one of the major linkages of an organization with its environment. In doing so, the individual needs should be integrated with the organizational goals. Personnel administration is the responsibility of line official. It is interwoven with all levels of organizational hierarchy. They are provided with specialized staff assistants to perform the personal function. A person basic needs to a large extent what he will try to do at any given time. All these needs are interrelated for they are need for an individual. Moreover, the administrative structure of the government must be designed to meet the challenge of national development. Finally, to facilitate the entry of competent and qualified personnel in the civil service, the Civil Service Commission is undertaking positive measures to improve its recruitment system.